How's everybody out there in YouTube land? I hope this finds you well. Lord have mercy. Here we are at the end of April. We're going to be kissing her goodbye here in about 24 hours. And we're going to be hitting May like a ton of bricks. We're 1/3 of the year through. Can you believe it? Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yeah, just the other week.
That's what I thought. Lord, time flies. Just like a brick through a window.
Hey, how was my video image this evening, Brenda and everyone in the chat? Thumbs up or thumbs down if I have a nice, crisp, clean video image.
Well, it'd be okay if you wasn't in it.
Oh.
You know better than to give me a straight line like that.
I know. Well, I'm coming at you from a new computer. I bought a new computer.
Well, the picture looks good.
And my new computer is silent. No fan noises whatsoever.
There you go.
Happy about that.
There you go. Well, we got a few people out there in the chat. We got Frenzy Wicked Truth is out there. We got Jim Bashirs. We got Harneal Media. That's Steve. Good to see you. We got Jim Bashirs and you and me. That's a good group so far. I need everybody to put a like on this video, if you would, please, and share it out.
Frenzy Wicked Truth is out there.
Yeah, I said hi to her first.
Oh, you
Where
did?
Were you?
Yes, you did. Okay. Well, we said hi to you twice then.
Was that during your nap?
I got a new computer. I got all kinds of buttons I'm pushing.
Jaden's out there. Say hey to Jaden. Good
Jaden.
to see you. Y'all get this shared out. We'll have us a giveaway here in a little while.
Whoop, whoop.
Mel sent me a picture a while ago that he got the package I sent him last week. So he's in hog heaven. And Arlene's out there. Hello, Arlene. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, hi, Arlene.
She'd had a little rack up there, and so I hope she's doing better.
Yes. Can you hear kids playing?
Yes, I can. I hear kids. Lord, I think I'm in a playground.
Neighbors' kids are going crazy next door.
Man, what'd you do? Put the slip and slide right outside the window?
Possibly. Can't see him with these glasses on because.
Hey, you kids, get out of my yard!
I'm trying to hold back the curmudgeon. You know, I don't want to let loose the curmudgeon. I'm not yet. I've got plenty of time for that.
I don't know what is going on in this town, but last night at like 2:00 in the morning and again about 3:30 in the morning, I heard kids going up and down the street talking.
Just talking?
And I guess there's a convenience store down here on the corner, so I'm guessing they was going down to the convenience store. But what were they doing out of bed that time of night? This is still, school season, ain't it? Yes. We ain't out of school season. What was they doing out of bed?
No, that doesn't end until June.
I thought about cutting me a switch and going out there and finding out.
A switch or a twitch?
A switch.
A switch.
Go out there after. What are you doing out of bed? Did your mama know where you were at?
Knock some skulls, Brenda. Get out there and knock some skulls.
Somebody's got to raise them. They say it takes a village. I don't think it takes a whole village. I think it takes one old lady with a switch.
See, law enforcement needs to know the solution to all the problems is BrendaG.
That's right.
If there's a domestic issue, send in BrendaG. It will be resolved.
I can't tell you how many people that I've told, look, I'm going to give you the ass beating that your mother should give you. And that usually just takes care of the problem right there. Because they get to thinking about that and they think, well, yeah, she probably would too. Yes, I would.
Oh, no. Look what Arlene wrote. Be sure to wear your black socks with sandals when you holler, get off my lawn. Oh, that's so
bad. Now, Arlene, you know me better than that. I'll be lucky to have anything on when I holler that. I broke people coming to my door. Now that the last person that come around trying to give me religion at the door, when I opened the door and all I was wearing was a long shirt. He ain't never been back. I think he's still blind. And
be like, Jesus, why?
now they send me letters. What they do, they send me letters with their tracts and stuff in there, trying to give me religion through the mail. That way they don't have to see it.
It was the same for paper route collecting of the money that was due that month. I used to schlep to everyone's house, knock, 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 collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I quit the paper route, it was all you mail it in. I was like, oh, why? Oh, Midnight Scroller's here. Hi, Midnight Scroller.
Hey, Midnight Scroller, good to see you. Welcome to the hood.
Have you done any cool scroll saw projects lately?
So Arlene says, I avoid the neighborhood kids. It's the parents that need the snot knocked out of them, and I might give in to temptation.
Oh, I have updates on the kids. Trampoline. It's a trampoline.
Oh, so now you're on the second floor. They can bounce up there and look in your window.
Be one heck of a trampoline if that was the case. Oh, she has a question.
All right.
Friends of Wicked Truth. I have a question. If you have a no solicitor sign on your doors, is it still soliciting when kids come up and ask my hubby to fix their bikes?
No, because solicitation means they're selling something.
There's got to be exchange for goods and services with cash. Yeah.
From you.
Right.
So this way they're coming to the door asking for something, not trying to get your money.
Thin mints are the exception as well.
But yeah, now get this. Here now, you live in a backward community. When somebody comes to your door trying to sell you something, and you say, "Did you not see the sign?" And they say, "What sign?" And you say, "The one right there that says no solicitors." And they say, "What's a solicitor?"
That's hard.
Yeah. I have had that happen. So when I was on the farm, since the no solicitor sign wasn't working, I put out a sign saying no peddlers. And people would ask me, does that mean you don't want nobody here riding bikes? And they serious.
If this is a true story, that's a sad state of affairs.
This is true. I can't make it stuff up.
See, I want to get the Cricut, which is like the the cutting machine for stickers. I want to put a sticker on the door. It says package ? Ring bell. Next line, no solicitors. Next line, Thin Mint's okay. I'll stick it right to the door.
I'm gonna make me one up that says no reason to ring the bell or not. The dog will let me know you're here.
I want a sign that asks people to ring the bell. We get a lot of packages and they don't ring the bell. They just drop it off.
Well, you know how my UPS man is about wanting to leave the package at the end of the porch?
Yeah.
Well, today I knew he's coming. So when I saw him or heard him pull up, I go over to the front door. Now, my front door has a big old long window in it, and it's got a curtain, a sheer curtain that hangs down over that window. But, if you're paying attention, if there's somebody in there looking out at you. And apparently he was paying attention because he didn't stop at the end of the porch. He came all the way up to the door and left the package right there and rang the bell before he ran.
Baby steps. Hey,
yeah.
Your brother from another mother's here.
Hey, Jim. Good to see you. How's everything up there in Kannatistan? You got that baptismal pool going with the midget wrestlers?
And Midnight Scroller just finished a cool eagle. Do you like eagles?
Yeah.
I
like birds. Have you seen my Facebook page?
Oh, yeah. It's half
covered up birds. I'm going to the birds.
And half memes.
Russell's out there. Hello, Russell. Good to see you.
Hi, Russ.
Simply Wooden Creations.
Simply Wooden Creation.
You know, between now and our next show, next Thursday, we got Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
And in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I came up with a list of 13 things that you may not know about Cinco de Mayo.
Very nice.
Cinco de Mayo is not the Mexican Independence Day. Did you know that?
No.
So everybody thinks that that's what you're celebrating.
What are you celebrating?
Do the Cinco de Mayo thing. And it says, contrary to what some might think, the Mexican Independence Day is actually September the 16th, not May the 5th. The 16th is remembered as the day the Mexican War for Independence began against the Spanish government in 1810. For this reason, Cinco de Mayo is not nearly as popular a holiday in Mexico as El Grito de la Independencia is in September.
So what's the 4th?
Well, I don't know what the 4th is, but we celebrate Cinco de Mayo here on the 5th of May.
Hey. May 4th is a Tuesday. It's on Taco Tuesday.
Well, the Cinco de Mayo is the 5th day of May.
Oh, that's right. Cinco. That's right. It was in 2020. It was on a Tuesday.
That's you go.
What I was thinking of. 2020 was on a Tuesday.
You're a year behind.
I know.
The holiday celebration, the holiday celebrates a much smaller military victory and a much more obscure one. May the 5th is the anniversary of the Battle of, I guess it's Puebla, Puebla. I'm not good with Spanish, but that's how I spell it. In 1862, during which the guerrilla troops of General Ignacio Seguin Zaragoza fought off Napoleon's troops during the Franco-Mexican War, which was 1861 to 1867. The battle for the town of Puebla was unexpected victory for the Mexican soldiers, marking a decisive win against French invaders. You don't hear much about that in history class, do you?
No. There's the answer then. Do you know what Napoleon would say a lot? Conquer. We must conquer that land. He just went to different places and conquered the people. Conquer in his French accent.
I thought that he walked around with his hand in his jacket saying, "Give me the anti-itch cream."
Right. And he was 5'9". He was average height. History has remembered him as someone who's short.
He's short compared to some folks.
Well, I guess so, but that they just wanted to tease him in the history books. So Napoleon also lost the Franco and Beans War, says Jim Bashir.
The popularity of Cinco de Mayo in America was a political move. President Franklin D. Roosevelt enacted something called the Good Neighbor Policy, which was meant to improve relations with Latin America improve relations with Latin American countries and communities. It was under this policy that Cinco de Mayo began to pick up steam in the 1950s and 60s, eventually becoming a national holiday, drinking incessantly to improve international relations. Rock on, FDR.
Leave it to Roosevelt, trying to make things better.
Canada celebrates Cinco de Mayo in a unique way because of its commercial success. Other countries like Malta, Australia, the Cayman Islands, and Canada celebrate Cinco de Mayo as well. In Vancouver, the holiday is celebrated in an extra bizarre way. The tradition called skydiving boogie, it's going to be amazing based on that name alone, and involves aerial acrobatics and an annual air show. Canada is doing something very right.
Cool.
So congratulations, Jim Dockrell. Los Angeles has the biggest Cinco de Mayo celebration. I'll say LA's celebration is even bigger than the festival in the Mexican city of Puebla. That's saying something. The party's called Fiesta Broadway and has been a huge celebration since the 1990s. Most major streets in LA are blocked off to host hundreds of thousands of people celebrating the Mexican heritage with food, music, dancing, and crafts.
Oh, Mel Mel's here. Hi, Mel Mel.
Hey, Mel, good to see you.
And Jim Dockrell put a disturbing chat in the messages there. He says, we put maple syrup on our tacos.
Hey, you can put maple syrup on anything.
Maple syrup, it's practically candy.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't even be considered something for the dinner or breakfast table. It's like you're just putting candy on your food.
But it's a replacement for sugar.
That's practically all it is sugar. Yeah.
You can have maple syrup instead of sugar.
I see. I see.
You know, instead of putting sweet and low or, you know, some of those artificial things in, maple syrup is a natural.
Another food item that is basically candy is the sauce they put on General Tso's chicken. Did you ever have that? It's like a melted clear toy candy, like a hard candy. It's like,
but isn't that stuff hot?
Yeah, it's heated, but it's,
yeah. See, I can't do that.
Yeah,
my stomach will not take that spicy stuff.
it's not super spicy. It just has a little kick to it. Like
Yeah.
it's essentially like molten sugar, not molten, but like liquid sugar.
My stomach just says, no, you won't.
Oh, maple syrup is good in strong black coffee.
Well, yeah, maple syrup or honey.
Are two of my favorite things, coffee and maple syrup.
Do you think that I was lying when I said that you can use it on anything?
Oh no, Frenzy Wicked Truth says cancer-causing agent sugar substitutions.
Yeah, that's the sugar substitutes, the artificial sweeteners.
Oh, well, maple syrup doesn't necessarily have
No.
artificial sweeteners.
No, maple syrup is not an artificial sweetener.
Right.
It is the real thing, baby.
That's what I like. Jimbo's here. Hi, Jimbo.
Hey, Jimbo. Good to see you. Hope you're keeping everything under control down there in Florida.
Share out this show, folks. We got 9 people here. We need a few more.
Jim Dockrell says maple syrup has a lot better taste than that Mrs. Buttersworth crap. Yeah.
He's talking real maple
syrup.
syrup.
Real maple syrup.
Real maple syrup, thin. It's thinner.
Well, right? It can be. You heat it up, it gets thinner.
Yeah.
If you put it in the refrigerator, it gets thicker.
Got it. See, I don't. Now with my diet, I'm not eating any.
Well, speaking of your diet, you need to listen to Heifer Haven tonight.
Oh, baby. You were right. Last week's was good. And you really talked up this week's.
You'll enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to it.
and anybody that's in the chat, when you listen to the Heifer Haven that I put up tonight, think of Matt.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, Princey says, sweet and low and stevia is what I was talking about. What's the word I'm looking for? Aspartame. Now, stevia is a natural. It is not an artificial sweetener. It comes from a plant. It's plant-based. But now sweet and low and what's the other one I'm thinking of? Comes in the blue packet.
Blue one, yeah. That's aspartame. And Arlene has an interesting fact. She says there is an actual serious medical condition called aspartame syndrome.
Yeah. I can't say that that's something that I have because I don't know what all the symptoms are of that. However, I had several years ago, I was having really bad problems with pains in my legs. I could not sleep at night. It was so bad that I'd wake up crying because the pain was so bad in my legs. And I was telling a friend of mine about it. And he says, do you drink Diet Pop or anything with aspartame in it? And I said, well, yeah. And he says, stop. And I said, but I really like my Diet Pop. And he says, I don't care. He says, I'm telling you right now, do it for 1 week, just 1 week. And if you don't have improvement with your legs, you can go right back to it. He says, but I'm here to tell you that's what's causing the pain in your legs. He says, try it and see what happens. So I did. I tried it. And at the end of that week, it was like 85% of the pain in my legs was gone. A few weeks later, I was at the store and I picked up a few things, brought them home, and didn't get any pop. Now, I stayed away from the pop aisle, but brought this stuff home, and I'm eating a little of this and a little of that throughout the week, and the pain starts coming back in my legs. And I'm like, look, I've been off this aspartame stuff. I have not drank this pop. What the hell is this deal about? I went to the refrigerator. I started pulling out stuff and looking to see what the ingredients were. I had bought some yogurt, and it had aspartame in it. And I've been eating on that yogurt.
That's what did it.
So I'm here to tell you that aspartame can cause you some problems.
Yeah. And someone gave us Frenzy Wicked Truth says equal. That's the blue stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then someone's had another one, NutraSweet. That's a less popular one, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been raised on real sugar. My mom, it was real butter, whole milk, real sugar, nothing artificial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe in the butter and the milk, but the sugar is refined product, and so I stay away from that. Now I will have a little bit of maple syrup or a little bit of honey, if I need something sweet on something. And in my tea, I take stevia, but yeah, I try my best to stay away from the sugar.
Added sugar. You can't get away from sugar. Sugar's in everything naturally, but no added sugar.
No, see, you called it pop, Brenda. I love it. Yeah, we always called it pop. And I would always kind of wonder, when somebody called it soda, what they's talking about. Because, at home, we'd always called it pop. Go get me a bottle of pop. Or go over to the pop machine, pull me one out of there, get me a cold one. And back then, they had real pop machines where they had the small bottles of Coke, and they slid in on a rail up near the top of the bottle, and they had ice and water in the bottom of this cooler that the bottoms of the bottles sat in to get the pop cold. And so you put your money in, you open up the door, and the little latch thing, since you put your money in, come down, and you slide your bottle down that rail and pull it off at the end, and it'd be all wet on the bottom of it. And you take your shirt tail and dry off the bottom of the bottle. And that's when pop was a nickel. Get your bottle of pop for a nickel. Get your candy bar for a nickel.
When they made it with sugar instead of corn.
Instead of corn syrup.
Yeah.
My dad used to take me to the feed mill when I was a little girl. And while he got the feed for the cows, and he'd take me in the office and set me up. They had this big old pile of burlap feed sacks sitting there against the wall. And he'd pick me up and set me up on top of them burlap feed sacks. And then he'd go over to the pop machine, get me a bottle of pop, and then get me a candy bar. And I could amuse myself with my pop and my candy bar sitting there watching everything that went on in the office while he got the feed. And it was a whole 10 cents for my pop and my candy bar.
Go.
You can't even look at candy bars now for a nickel.
I know.
What are they, about $2 a piece now?
We used to get the little cartons of milk in grade school. Put the nickel in the machine, and one little carton of white or chocolate milk you get to choose, and it would come out a nickel. And then before I left grade school, it went up to a dime. Doubled in price.
Mel says, remember Mellow Yellow? You remember RC Cola? Granny and I used to sit out on the porch swing with a bottle of RC Cola and moon pies. And we'd have our moon pies with our RC Cola. You know what a moon pie is? You looked at me like, what the hell is she talking about? Moon pie is like, it's about, yay so big around, and it's 2 cookies with like marshmallow filling on the inside of them. Some of the marshmallow filling is like banana flavored, or
if you were to break it in half, wouldn't it kind of marshmallow kind of dribble out a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're soft cookies. They're not like an Oreo. But these are soft.
West Haven, always and forever's here. Hello.
Hey, good to see you. Y'all hit the like button, share this thing out, and we'll do a giveaway here in a little while. But
good.
Yeah, that was back in the old days, and things were real. Nothing's real anymore. Everything's got to be politically correct.
Yeah, get me started.
Did you know that they don't let the kids in school call it sitting Indian style anymore? You know what they call it now?
Crisscross applesauce.
And my mind goes into just all kinds of wild directions. So my mind's saying, well, what would you call doggy style? Bend over, Red Rover?
Bend over, I'll drive.
I don't know, who cooks this stuff up? Let's bring back the nickel pop and the nickel candy bars and get back to a simpler time. Mel says, you don't want to be PC, Brenda? Shoot.
Brenda has no filter between the mind and the mouth. It just
bunch of foolishness.
Right out.
Just say it. Just put it right out there. If I get offended, they'll get over it.
Like I said, it only matters if you care what other people think. Brenda doesn't care what anyone thinks sometimes.
Bernie says, bend over, Red Rover. I'm dying. Well, it has to make you wonder, don't it?
You never know what's going to happen on Mind Equals Blown, folks.
That's right.
I will take the show in all kinds of crazy directions.
That's right. Because my mind just, it bounces like a rubber ball off the walls.
Thumbs up if you're having fun. Just not subscribe. Look at that button. If it's red, press it. Make it gray.
Yeah. My granny called it Pratt leg.
Brenda, I'm looking at the image here on our live stream, and yeah, our video has never been better. Your camera is dialed in perfectly. I think my new machine is pushing more pixels up to the interwebs.
Well, see, that's probably going to change when I move the studio upstairs.
You are streaming in 720p, though. Have you considered streaming in 1080?
Well, I've considered it. I used to try that, and it didn't work out any too well.
Okay.
So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. This isn't a pixel important show. Like, things can be a little bit fuzzy, and you still get the content.
Well, we probably need to try to give something away. Have y'all shared this thing out? You got all your friends lined up? Got everybody in here? Because if you have, then maybe we'll try to give something away.
Sounds like good. Let me give a share going. Do you think we can go 5 more minutes before the giveaway?
Sure.
Okay, try that.
I'll say something even if it's wrong.
All right.
It usually is.
Brenda is giving away free stuff right now. All right. See if we can get a few more people in here.
Mel said 720p question mark.
Pixels, 720 pixels.
Yeah, on that page where you set everything up, Mel, it gives you an option which way you want to broadcast it. I've tried several different things, but this one seems to be working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now on my All Things YouTube show, I stream at 1080 because I screen share, and I'm showing the interface, and some of the items are the buttons are real small, and you want to see everything. So
Thank you, Jimbo. He gave me a bunch of thumbs up.
excellent.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
All right, we got a few more people in here.
Yeah, we could probably go ahead and try to give something away.
All right, I'll give the spiel.
All right.
All right, folks. Brenda's going to give something away. She picked a number. She wrote it down. If you pick the number she wrote exactly, you win. She will tell you the prizes after we pick the winner. You can only put the number guess in after she says go. Make sure you're not behind time because we're all going to do something at the exact same moment. So drag that playhead on YouTube all the way to the right. Make sure you're not, you haven't rewound the stream at all. There is a bonus prize. To win the bonus prize, you have to guess how many capital letters she used when she wrote the number down as words. She doesn't write the number down as digits. She writes it out as words. And because I come from a publishing background and she knows it bothers me to all get out, she miscapitalizes things randomly. It drives me crazy. So your second bonus guess is how many capital letters she has in the words she's written down. So you would do your number guess slash and then a smaller number for how many capitals. That's you get you get to try for the prize and the bonus prize. What numbers are we picking? What's the range from
10 to 18?
Okay.
Numbers 10 through 18.
And okay, when you're ready.
Go.
All right. Number between 10 and 18. It can be 10 and it can be 18 or anything in between. Okay, they're coming in. Oh, we got a double guess. Oh, three people guessed the same number. We might have to go a second time if no one nails it.
Well, they're not on the same wavelength with me because that's not it.
Between 10 and 18. Oh, Dave Hart, Acousticize is here. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
I think we're going to have to go again.
Okay, y'all take a look at them numbers that's up there on the screen because ain't none of them it.
Yep. All right.
Go.
There we go. Okay, give it your second try. You can guess again. We're looking for a winner. It's not 13, 15, or 14. Or
we
8.
got a winner.
Oh, no.
It's Arlene.
Oh, Arlene, 11. And there are 3 capital letters. She picked 5 as her bonus guess. Arlene, congratulations. You are the winner. You did not get the bonus prize. Thank you, everyone, for playing along. We appreciate everyone joining in the fun. And the shipping that Brenda pays for is funded through the super chats of the channel. So that's optional that you can do. But if you could, that'd be great.
Yep, that's how I'm able to keep doing these giveaways because I'm on fixed income. So all money that comes in through the AdSense is used toward the postage on these giveaways. Okay, Arlene, your choices are, I've got the Dragon's Eye pendant on the cabochon.
I like those.
And there's see if I can get it up there close enough. You can see the little hook thing there on it. And you can put that on a necklace. You can put it on a keychain. And then I've got the little wooden box. It's painted inside and out. The one that I decorated with the little acrylic pour pieces on the ends and everything. So we got the little treasure chest, I call it. And I've got the ear pod case. This is the Ben & Jerry's. And you charge it there through the bottom once you put your ear pod case in there. And there's that. It even comes with the little keychain fob thing, whatever you call that. And then I've got choice out on the bracelets. These are the paracord bracelets.
Is that called a carabiner?
I don't know.
That little clip. Anyway.
I call it a keychain clippy thing.
Yeah.
And one's a bigger size for an adult, one's a smaller size for a child. So it's pick which one you want out of those two. And that's the 4. So just let me know.
Eye, please. She
wants the dragon's eye. Okay. That makes it simple. So we got the dragon's eye for Arlene.
Do you have her address?
If she would please drop it in the messenger for me so that I don't have to go digging trying to find it, that'd be great. And so I got that sitting here aside for you, Arlene. And I'll be going out tomorrow to run my errands. And I'll
Jim
drop it at the post
confirmed
office.
It is called a carabiner. All right. Now
he should know. He knows everything.
Okay.
He's done convinced me. Jim knows all.
Frenzy Wicked Truth says, my wrist is so thin, I'd have to have the child size. Well, that's why she made a child size for smaller wrists.
Yeah, make them any size you want them. Yeah, so nothing will piss off a guy worse than if you send a great big guy with great big wrists a little thin bracelet he'd have to wear for a ring.
I'm hoping I lose enough weight that I can cinch up my watch one more notch hole.
I'm hoping to lose enough weight that I'm invisible.
Invisible? Wow.
I can have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me invisible? The things that I could do?
Jim says, I know a few things, but I can't remember a birthday or other important date.
Is he saying I'll give him too much credit?
I think that's what he's getting around at.
Oh, shoot. Well, I got a few more of these Cinco de Mayo things. So tequila was once thought to be the nectar of the gods. Not surprisingly, 47% of all drink orders on Cinco de Mayo are margaritas. Tequila sales easily double within the week leading up to the infamous holiday. But long ago, this beloved Mexican alcohol couldn't be enjoyed by all Mexican people. Centuries ago, Aztec priests used to make a milky beer-like drink from the agave plant called, I think it's pulque. It's Pulque. Do you pronounce it pulque?
Yep.
Only the priest could consume this precursor of tequila, which after the steep decline is slowly beginning to make its comeback.
Now, what I want to know is why you can never drink just one tequila shot. It's always got to be at least 5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't drink anymore. And that's not a joke. That's not one of those, yeah, and she don't drink any less either. No. I sowed my wild oats back in my heyday. But now my go-to drink was Tequila Slammers. You know what a slammer is?
Tequila and something else, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, you take a shot glass, it actually kind of a taller shot glass, and you put a shot of tequila in there and a shot of like seltzer, something carbonated. And you take a napkin and you put it over the top of the glass, and then you raise it up and you slam it down on the bar, and that would force the carbonation into the tequila. And then as soon as you do that, you whip off the napkin and down she goes.
Yummy.
Now, the carbonation forces the tequila into your bloodstream faster. So you line those suckers up on the bar. See, and then you just do them one right after the other. You don't feel it immediate, but believe me, it's working, because by the time you get to about the 7th or 8th one, you ain't walking no more.
Oh no. Oh no.
And for some unknown reason, it seemed to take longer for it to hit me than it did whoever it was that I'd be drinking with. So I could drink just about anybody under the bar doing the tequila shooters. Like that. Tequila Slammers.
Yeah, I like drinks like that. I used to drink flaming Dr. Peppers. That's about 4 different kinds of alcohol in a double shot glass, with Yukon Jack on the top that they would light, and it had root beer schnapps and 2 other liquors, and then the Yukon on the top, and then you would drop it in the beer, and the fire would go out, and you would slam the whole thing. It would taste like a Dr. Pepper.
Huh.
It didn't taste like liquor and beer. It tasted like a soda. It was delicious. We used to do them all the time. And then it got to the point where the bartender needed to drop it in. Like, you couldn't drop it in yourself for, I guess, insurance purposes. And then they stopped making them. But they were so much fun. Flaming Dr. Peppers.
Francie says, and here go the rocks in your tummy, feeling in the AM, shivers not for me. Actually, I never got a hangover from them. I would get really, really sick about an hour after I did them. That just, wiped everything out of the system. And so there was really nothing for me to have a hangover from the next day.
Yeah. I
was
crazy hangovers, but I think the issue was dehydration.
Yeah.
I don't think my body can take dehydration very well. And I think that was the cause of most of the hangover issues.
Yeah, you always had to make sure that you drank a lot of water before you went out to the bar.
After a while, I got smart and started doing that.
Yeah.
Took me a while to get to that level of intelligence, but it did eventually.
Yeah, I just kind of outgrew it, I guess it was probably about 10 years before my husband passed away that the bars that we went to closed down, and we just kind of became homebodies. And I was doing the farm thing, and you can't get up and take care of animals first thing in the morning if you've been out drinking the night before, because your body's demanded some sleep.
I gotta find something that's keto friendly. I think rum is okay for keto. So I think I can have that.
Jim says, did they close down or did you close them down? Well, the last one that we was going to, it burnt. So that took care of that one, but the other one just kind of went out of business. And so, we was getting kind of too old for all that anyway. But mainly when we went out, it wasn't really to do a lot of drinking. We went out to dance. We were into the line dancing and all that. There was a whole big group of us that hung out together, and we would travel. We'd go to bars in different states and everything, and do our dance routines and stuff. That was our big claim to fame, and it was great exercise. I never had any kind of a weight problem back then, because you'd go out and dance 5 or 6 hours a night. Anything that you drank, you was burning off.
Yeah, all that line dancing you did.
There's a lot of it. We had a whole lot of routines and stuff that we did.
Hey, Brenda, I'm going to try something fun here with my video signal.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Now that I got my new computer, that's good. Virtual cam on. Okay, let me see if I can do this. I'm trying out all the features that I dared not do on my old computer for fear that the fan would run like crazy.
Arlene says vodka is a 0 carb, even though it's made from taters. That's a nice picture of your butt.
Not working. Yeah.
Glad you got pants on.
Show it. Oh, camera resolution? What? My resolution was 480p? Not good. Oh, I don't see my virtual. I guess I have to quit and come back. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I think if I start a new StreamYard session, I would be able to pick up my virtual camera, and I could put overlays on.
Jim says that's plumber cam.
Crack wasn't showing.
Made you check.
Yeah, hey, I will show you this. Look at this. See, I just want to show everyone in the chat room the lengths I'll go to give you quality content. Because look at this tiny. There. Look at this tiny little iPad that I have in front of me. Like that's what I'm looking at you right now, Brenda. It's not this.
It's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it.
This big screen. I got this little tiny iPad, and I'm on 78% battery. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, and my new computer is behind the monitor. My Mac Mini. Can't even see it. Maybe you can. I think that white sliver right there is part of the new computer. But
I was watching the window. I wanted to see the kids jumping up and down.
While I was streaming here, I thought it was snowing. There were all these white flower petals blowing like snow. I'm like, what's going on? Up is down, black is white, but cats are dogs.
Well, don't ask Google if it's snowing because they'll lie to you.
You know what? I want to try this virtual cam. I really want to try this. Let me jump off real quick. I'll come back in. Do you mind?
Go ahead.
All right.
Leave me here unsupervised.
I'll have to do it quick because you'll start talking bad about me. Chat room, don't let Brenda talk bad about me. All right. You let me in right away, okay?
He's afraid to go now.
Maybe I'll just try and stop.
And he's gone. Oh, shoot. I keep him on his toes. He never knows what's going to happen if he leaves me unsupervised. Yeah, we can talk about his operation now and them shiny new Hooters that he got. So you use carnauba wax on them, or
my virtual cam option? I don't know what's wrong. Darn it!
Looks the same as it did before.
I know, because it's the same. It's the same setup. It wouldn't let me choose my other camera that it was supposed to show me. Yeah, it won't let me pick it. Why doesn't it let me do that? I just have my webcam in this. Show advanced. That doesn't give me anything.
But your mama won't let you pick your nose either.
Have it running. Maybe I have to quit. Maybe I have to quit Ecamm and call back up. I don't know. I'm trying to learn how to use all my new features.
I give up.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's working.
If I get a computer and I can figure out how to turn the dang thing on, I figure that's a win right there. And so, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I tell you what, a lot of people give me all this credit for knowing how to do all kinds of stuff. And I got news for you. When it comes to technology, I'm not the sharpest pack up.
Right. You are doing video editing. That's as hard as it comes, baby.
No, I'm not.
What do? You do your Heifer Havens?
I don't do any editing.
Well, but you're producing video.
I just talk. I hit the record and I hit the stop record. That's not hard to do.
What do you do with do you have the MP4 file on your hard drive, or do you just post it right to YouTube?
Well, I do all of it in OBS, so it saves it to the hard drive.
Got it.
But now it did take me a long time to figure out where it put it. Then I found all these files. That's where they're at.
Wait a minute. How did you get it into YouTube? Did it go right from?
I didn't for a long time. Oh. There was a long time there that I didn't know where the hell it put the files.
How did you publish on YouTube if you didn't know where your file was?
I didn't publish them on YouTube because I didn't know where they were. When I finally found them, I started publishing stuff.
How many videos did you make that you didn't know where they were?
There's a bunch of them. I thought they got to be in there somewhere. I couldn't find them no place. I finally found them. Yeah, I got friends that'll tell you that they're amazed that I even know how to turn on a computer. So, a lot of people want to give me all this big credit and kudos, and I got news for you. I must have you snowed because I ain't all that bright when it comes to the technology stuff. I told you I've got a VCR and a DVD player that's been sitting on a chair in my living room for the last 9 years because I don't know how to hook them up.
Well, if I find a way to travel back to the 80s, we'll make that happen.
Yeah. A friend of mine that was in the amateur radio club had hooked him up over at the other house that I was living in. And then he passed away. He got cancer and passed on. And so, I've not had anybody around that knows how to hook that kind of stuff up. And I am absolutely clueless when it comes to that. So, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm embarrassed about it now, but I was in tears the day the guy came over to hook up my cable after I moved in, because I had told them when I called them up and said, I needed the cable hooked up here. I said, now it's got the cables into several of the rooms here. There's only one room I need it hooked up in. I said, but I bought a TV. It's still in the box. Well, he put that together for me because I'd got a flat screen. I'd never had a flat screen TV before. And they said, yes, he'll take care of everything for you when he shows up. And it was going to be about a week. So I thought, okay, fine. And so I just drug the box into the room where the TV is going to be hooked up and waited for the dude to show. And he shows up. And so I showed him, I said, this is where the cable comes in. I don't know where the box is on the outside of the house, what you have to do to turn it on. I said, but here it is. And I said, and there's my TV. And I pointed at the box. And he says, well, you going to put it together? And I said, well, they told me you would put it together. And he says, oh, no, I don't put it together. That's your job. Now, every tool I had was in boxes stacked up out in the garage. And I'm talking about a whole garage full of crap, clear to the door, 6 foot high, stacked up out in that garage. I wouldn't have known where to find a screwdriver if my life depended on it. And he's telling me that I have to put this thing together before he can hook it up. And I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to find some way that I can figure out how to put this TV together. I didn't even know what all was involved in it. I finally get the thing out of the box, and all it was just a plastic stand that you had to use a screwdriver to put the screws in together with. And that was it. Then you set it up on the table, and he had to hook the thing up to the back of it and then turn it on in the back of the house. But I was in tears, sobbing, because I didn't have a screwdriver. I didn't know how to do this thing. And he wasn't about to help me.
That's not right.
I asked him, when I figured out it needed a screwdriver, I said, well, do you at least have a screwdriver that I can use? You can see that I've just moved in. My stuff is stacked all over this house in boxes. My tools are in the garage stacked up in boxes. I don't know where a screwdriver is. Do you at least have a screwdriver that I can use? No.
That's not right.
And I was just beside myself. So, that'd tell you how, technologically advanced I am.
You needed to use this tool to slap him upside the head.
Well, he had to come back one more time after that because there was a lightning storm went through and hit the box on the outside of the house and blew out my TV and my internet. So I called up the company, and they walk you through all this stuff. Of course, nothing would work. And they said, well, we'll have to have the tech come out. But now if he finds there ain't nothing wrong, you're going to have to pay us $50 for having him come out. And I said, well, we can't get it to work. So I'd say there's something wrong with it. I guess, I'm not paying you any more money monthly if you can't get this thing working. So we're kind of at a standoff here.
That's right.
And they said, well, we'll send out the tech and then we'll deal with it from there. Well, send him out. And he says, yeah, I know, lightning storm went through the other day. He says, that's probably what got it. He says, but the good news is, now he hasn't even looked at the box yet. He says, the good news is that box has everything built into it that it should be able to withstand the majority of a lightning strike. If it got hit, there's just one little thing in there that would have blown and everything else would be saved. And it's just a matter of going out there and replacing that one little part and we'll have you back working again. I said, all right, go out there and get to it. So he went out and he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. About 45 minutes later, he comes back in and he says, well, it was a little worse than I thought it'd be. He says, lightning hit that box and burnt everything up in it. And he had to replace the entire box. And when he got all done.
It shouldn't take 45 minutes. You take the old one, put the new one in.
Well, he was out there testing every damn bit of it. You can bet on that because he didn't want to be proved wrong. And when he got all done and comes back in, I said to him, I said, well, karma's a bitch. I bet you wish you'd loaned me a screwdriver when you first came over here that day, don't you?
Oh, the American Wanderer's here. Hello.
Hello, American Wonder. Good to see you.
Probably not going to be on much longer, but we're glad you're here.
Welcome to the craziness. But, he figured out right quick that, maybe he should have been a little nicer to me. His karma was kind of biting him in the caboose that day.
Sure was.
And I said, well, if it hit that, do you think that it's probably damaged the modem too? He says, oh, no, the modem should be fine. And about a week later, the modem went out. And so, I had to go through calling the company and then a couple days for them to send it out and then threaten me within an inch of my life. I didn't send the old one back and then figuring out how to get the old one back to them and all that foolishness. But yeah.
Come to think of it, the new computer is not plugged into a battery and surge protected outlet.
Well, that's a bad thing.
I know. I got to switch that. I'll switch that.
Yep. That's a bad thing right there.
I've
now,
got so many of those battery backups around this house. When the electricity does cut out, they all alarm at the same time. Every room has them. I swear by them. Every piece of sensitive electronic is plugged in to one of those battery backup surge protectors. Not just surge protectors, got to have the battery backup with it.
I learned about them back when I was on the farm in the sticks, because back then it was dial-up. We didn't have this newfangled stuff we got today. It was dial-up. And every time you turn the computer on, it's singing you the song of its people.
Right.
Well, anyway, every time a storm would come through, my place would take a lightning strike and burn up every electronic that I had. And so I went to, what's the name of that place? Best Buy. And was talking to, one of their technical salespeople you know, well, let's put it this way, about anybody that'd be more technical than me, but he worked in the electronic department, so he's bound to know more than I would know about it. And I was telling him what happened. He says, well, what you need is one of these things over here. And he took me over and showed me this box that had one of them things in it. And he said, now this thing's guaranteed. And if, you know, it burns up because of a lightning strike, you can get it replaced within, you know, whatever amount of time the warranty was good on it. And I think I went through 3 or 4 of those in the next 4 or 5 years. Because every time a storm would come through, it would burn it up. But it saved my electronics.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't last forever, you know, then they'll start failing on you. And so about 2 times a year, I have to replace any particular one that fails. And as soon as it gives me problems, it's out. Like I don't, if it gives me one whiff that it's starting to go, it's out of circulation and I replace it with a new one.
Yeah, Arlene says my surge protectors are no longer protecting from surges, just bought new ones and a new TV and DVD player. Well, now there's a difference between a surge protector and this, isn't it called a UPS?
UPS, Universal Power Supply.
Yeah. I mean, it's a box. Looks like a big old shoebox type thing. And you plug
battery in it.
Yeah, you plug 4 or 5 things into the top of it. And you can even plug a phone line into it to protect your telephone. So they back when I was buying them, they ran about $90 a piece. I don't have a clue as to what they run now.
Mine are around $67, about $70 each. You can step up to a larger capacity for like 110, but I buy the 70. It's 550 something amps. I don't even know, but they do the trick.
Yep. And they're guaranteed if they take a strike that you can get them replaced. 2 or 3 year warranty or something on them, I think.
Especially like DVRs when they had the spinning hard drives in them, you would want it on one of those because it's an always on spinning hard drive. I mean, anything bad in electricity would just fry them right up. But,
well, computers, you know, because that's not just a spur of the moment deal for most people to go out and buy a nice computer.
I tend not to put the monitors on them. I'll just put the monitors in the surge only because they have like 4 of the ports are surge and battery and 2 of the ports are surge only. Like I'll put a monitor in the surge only because if that blows up, I can just replace the monitor. I don't want to replace the valuable computer. You know, I don't want the computer. So that's typically how I do it. But the piano and the Rodecaster and the computers and everything that can go into it, I put in one of those because it gives you a little bit of time. If the power goes out, all your stuff stays on for a little while, long enough to power it down safely. Yeah,
because it's got a battery in it.
Yeah. But boy, do those alarms go off because it goes like it alarms if the power's cut, and every room has 2 of them in it. So someone standing on the sidewalk listening to all that racket would just like, what the hell's going on?
I think your ADT security system has gone awry. We got a house over here, candy corner from me, that's got a security system in it. Now, I don't know what in the hell goes on over there, but every once in a while you hear that thing going off over there. I don't know if it's her smoke alarm, or if she's cooking and, you know, burning up the dinner, or if they left a door ajar or something, but that thing will go off and you'll hear it.
We had a power outage 2 weeks ago, and when it came back on, it flickered 3 times. The surge protector for the living room stuff beeped, and the TV and DVD player died. Oh no! Oh no! Arlene said that. Not good.
Now, what we used to do, if we were home when the storm went through, is when you saw the storm coming, you would go and you would unplug everything in the house. And make sure that you didn't have it where it would arc either. You took the plug and you moved it away from the outlet.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Well, them old houses, they didn't have real good electrical wiring in them to begin with. That was put in right after they took the candles out. So, yeah, you didn't want to trust all that because burn the place up. Well, the last place I lived after I moved off the farm and moved to that smaller place, that there were rafters in the attic that were charred from a lightning strike. And there was 2 outlets in 2 of the back bedrooms that actually were black from where the fire had shot out the electrical outlets.
My uncle and grandfather were walking from the pool to the house, in my uncle's house. Lightning hit them both at the same time. I just brushed it right off.
There was a couple guys in our amateur radio club that had been hit several times. It was all the same family. There was 2 guys and their dad, and they had all 3 been hit. It was separate occasions, but all 3 of them had been struck several times.
Did they have magnetic personalities?
I told them, I said, if there's a storm coming, I'm sorry, but I ain't going to be around y'all.
What you do is you move to California. There's no lightning in California, or very little.
Who told you that?
I don't know. It's a fact. Is your mind blown? Did I give you a mind? It never rains there. It's always.
The hell it don't. I was at California one time. I don't think there was one day during that week that I was there that it didn't rain. It was
You were there at the wrong time.
Most miserable week. Sunny California, my foot.
Wow.
It was in December. It didn't snow, but it rained like the dickens. Cold. It was about 40 degrees. I was thinking, we're going to California and it's going to be nice and warm. So I didn't take any real warm clothes with me, no sweaters or anything like that. Because I thought, I was going to California, even if it was December, it's supposed to be warm there. Like I froze to death. I was not impressed.
Went there on the wrong week.
Went to Disneyland. My husband was teaching at a symposium out there, and they put us up in the Disneyland hotel. And then when he gets some time off, we'd go around and see some of the sites and things that went on. We went to Universal Studios, and we went down to Queen Mary, and we went on down to San Diego and, down the coastline. And I wanted to do some, what do they call it? You go out and pick up the seashells and stuff on the beach. Forget what they call that. There's a word for it. Are you thinking, or are you froze up? I think he froze up. That's the most sense he's made all night. Oh, Matt, you froze. I don't know what happened to him. No, not picking trash. You're going out to picking up seashells off the beach. Nobody knows the answer? Beachcombing. That's it. Arlene knew. She got it. Beachcombing. I like to save them up, and I do crafts and stuff with them. I think I used up every shell that I had because I don't think I've got any in the bin anymore. Keep them with my beads and stuff. Lord, I don't know what happened to Matt. He done fell off the turnip truck. He ain't even sending me no messages or nothing. Wanted to see if he's going to come back to at least say goodnight. But we are after 8 o'clock. Maybe this is his way of telling me that he's done. Just up and leave me. Maybe we could talk about him. No, we could talk about him and, what kind of a operation is he going to have next? Is he going to get, some hair implants? He is getting a little bald there in the back. Yeah, nice timing. Brags about all his tech stuff and then his feed dies. His power went out. So much for the UPCs. Exactly, Russ. Exactly. Yeah, he loves it when I tell stories about him, make some things up, or, well, are they really made up? Because a lot of this stuff I can't make up. I think maybe he's going to get some hair plugs and then put in some extensions. Arlene, you and I, we could get together with him and he gets some hair extensions. We could beat them and braid them for him, make him look like going out on the beach combing. be reggae time for Matt. Well, I guess he ain't coming back. Well, I've gone on long enough, so I think I will close her down for tonight. And thank you all for coming. He should have another show coming up Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on his All Things YouTube channel. Russell usually has a show on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Simply Wooden Creations. So you can come over there and see us on his channel Saturday night. I'll be there in the peanut gallery that he has set up. Me and Jim and a bunch of us is in there. And I will be putting out a Heifer Haven later tonight. So you all can stay tuned for that. And think about Matt when you listen to that. Because he's been on that keto diet. So he said he lost his internet. Yeah. So much for your technical abilities. We see how you are. They're teaching you. Are saying, yeah, you may know a lot. You ain't got no internet. So we'll let y'all go. We'll see you same time next week. Same channel. Bye, y'all.